For centuries, the Galactic Council viewed humanity as a paradox. Brilliant innovators, resilient survivors, but emotionally fragile. Diplomats across the stars whispered a common phrase whenever Earth came up in conversation. Humans fear war. It was both criticism and comfort. The Council believed that fear would keep Earth docile, that empathy would make them controllable. And for the most part, they were right. Until the Trinaxis offensive. The Trinaxis, a ruthless insectoid species from the galactic fringe, launched a surprise assault on Council territories. Dozens of worlds fell within weeks. The Council, bloated with bureaucracy and indecision, debated sanctions and peace talks, until the Trinaxis broadcast their next target. Earth. Council delegates convened in panic. A chorus of species pleaded with the Trinaxis to reconsider. Earth, they argued, was delicate, innocent, too valuable in science and technology to be destroyed. But Trinaxis minds only understood one language: domination. And so, the skies over Earth blackened. 20 hive fleets emerged from slipspace above the moon, deploying bioships the size of mountains, each pulsing with corrosive energy. Earth's orbital defenses activated, but it was too late. The first attack devastated Earth's satellites. Then came the orbital bombardment. New York, Beijing, Cairo, Lagos, gone. But what the Trinaxis didn't realize was that humans did indeed fear war, but not in the way they thought. They feared what they would become once war was all that remained. Admiral Helena Cross stood aboard the HSS Revenant, watching the chaos unfold. Her eyes were red with grief, but her voice was iron. "Activate Protocol Black Star," she said. A hushed silence followed. Then a nod. The command rippled through every surviving fleet, every bunker, every last military asset humanity had hidden deep in the dark. The Trinaxis expected retaliation. But not like this. The Black Star Protocol wasn't a counterattack. It was a transformation. Within hours, Earth's core AI networks, long dormant, reactivated. Hidden shipyards in the asteroid belt unshrouded. Sleeper fleets awoke from cryostasis, and classified warforms known only as Legion units rose from beneath ancient deserts and frozen poles. A fleet emerged not just from Earth, but from everywhere. Mars, Europa, Titan, even deep ocean trenches. Each warship bore the insignia of the once peaceful Terran Accord. Now the Terran Accord was gone. What rose in its place was something new, something relentless. In orbit above the Council's homeworld of Irithsa, representatives gathered in horror as new footage streamed in. "Is that the Revenant?" a Threxian ambassador muttered. "No," the Xiothi minister whispered. "That's something else." The screen showed a single human dreadnought entering the Trinaxis-occupied Lyra system. Alone, the Trinaxis sent 5 hive cruisers to intercept. The dreadnought fired once. A blinding white beam split the void, and the 5 bioships evaporated, reduced to molecular ash before they could even scream. The blast folded space behind it, creating a visible dent in the starfield. The Council gasped. Admiral Cross's voice echoed through the Trinaxis transmission channels. "You called us fragile. You mistook mercy for weakness. You saw our hesitation and called it fear." Her voice grew colder. "You never asked what we were afraid of." The image shifted to show Earth's rebuilt orbital platforms, now bristling with unknown weapons. Gigantic ships with hulls made from living alloy and dark matter stabilization coils began pouring through artificial wormholes. "We feared what we'd become if we unleashed all that we buried, all that we swore never to use again." Now it was loose. The Trinaxis tried to retreat. But the humans didn't just want victory, they wanted eradication. In less than 6 days, every Trinaxis-controlled system fell. Human warforms descended like nightmares, towering biomechs with sentient targeting systems and fusion blades the size of buildings. No cities were spared. No hives left breathing. By the time the Council declared a ceasefire, the Trinaxis had ceased to exist. Back on Irithsa, Council members sat stunned, silent. The chamber, once loud with debate, now echoed only with the words of the human envoy, Commander Isaac Thorne. "You said humans fear war?" he began. pacing slowly across the marble floor. You were right. He looked up, his cybernetic eyes glowing faintly. But we fear what it turns us into more. Because once we start, we don't stop. Once we burn everything. He paused, then placed a small black cube on the council's central table. It began projecting images of the galaxy. Worlds burning, ships shattering, stars dimming. All of this, Isaac said, was what we tried to avoid, for centuries. Then he turned to leave. Behind him, the final image showed a Trinaxis war leader kneeling before a burning statue of their queen. We aren't fighting for dominance. We fight to end those who threaten peace. He stopped at the doorway. And we never fight halfway. With that, he left the chamber. The council never questioned Earth's resolve again. They never again called humans fragile. Because now, the galaxy had witnessed the truth. Yes, humans feared war. But war should fear humans.